Bang. Me. Bigger. Bang. As well. Boom. Year 9 season 1 tier list. To see what's changed and how wrong we were. Because Pro League hasn't really started yet. Only like Korea has played today. So Pro League meta might shift a lot of things. The way that we normally deal with this, I do situational. S is pick if you can. A is above average. B is balanced. C is lower than average. And then we have utter garbage for people like Blackbeard and Caveira and shit, right? This list is a mixture of ranked and Pro League. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with Ace. Ace is obviously situational for the bomb site. There are some sites where thermite is better because you want a bigger wall. Think clubhouse, basement, roam clear on jacuzzi and CCTV. You can avoid the mute jammer. Think hatches. Think any entry path where you want to plant, also like Night Haven Lab. But Ace is the most versatile heart breacher, phenomenal gun, phenomenal gadget that can circumvent a lot of mechanics. And because the gun is better, he's also like arguably better than Ibana. Armory situational is for your tactical rush strats, essentially. Alibi is C, lower than average. She has no scope in her weapon. She doesn't bring good utility. Her gadget is completely useless in this game. Besides a singular trick, she does have a secondary shotgun pistol, which gives her some value, which is why she's not utter garbage. Aruni, probably as well, also lower than average. I think a lot of people are gonna go, the weapon is amazing, DMR and defense, yada yada yada. But the gadget in the current meta is so hard to get value out of. And punching for self-destruction is not that important because you have so many shotguns on defense right now. Ash right now is above average. So you have self-destruction. R4C ACOG, low-key one of the best guns in the game right now, I would argue. Counters mirror. The Ash Breach now counters mirrors. It shatters them. That's massive value. Always an operator that you can rely on, essentially. Attackers first. Auto garbage Blackbeard. I know G2 has some Blackbeard strats, and there's some like maybe like one window on border you can sit on, but realistically speaking, the shield blocks one bullet. That's not gonna make or break most gunfights. The weapon with the new ADS speed, by the way, because this is the thing. When you have your shield on with Blackbeard, your ADS slower. With the new ADS speed, you are so slow at ADSing that you need to take a 5-minute nap between holding right click and being fully ADS'd. Brava is situational, counters Maestro, counters Echo. It's good maps like Chalet, where there's other like vital inside cameras. Bank also pretty good at situationally, but it matters about if defenders have a bunch of util, you play Brava, you counter that util. Let's just go through in order. Asami is still pick if you can. Absolutely S tier operator. Yes, you can shoot the Kibas. They take like 31 bullets. They have like 1,000 health. She still gets just as many at the same timings. Her gun is still great. She still just like has impacts. Sami is very much pick every single round if open. Even then, deny walls, fallbacks, windows, hatches, angles, counters Monty. So much you can do with Asami. It's unreal. Bandit, balanced operator, but I would say balanced operator. When good, he's amazing. When weak, he still buys time. He stalls off utility. He has a good gun. He has Baba or C4. He actually basically makes some bombs that's playable or higher win chance. Gym, CCTV and Clubhouse, for example. Bandit is like very vital. Ironside also slight buff because he like Bandit Ironside is pretty good. You have a fast ADS time. Everybody loves that, of course. Blitz, low-key S tier. This is where S tier gets a bit picky or tricky. You shouldn't pick Blitz if you can every single round. But Blitz is really strong right now. Obviously, you want to pay for the rushes. It's one of those operators where unless you're going fast, unless you're going for surprise factor, unless you're isolating kills, unless you're doing those things, Blitz is pretty weak because he dies to crossfires, he dies to chip damage. Finga's not currently in meta really from what we know. Situational, but very, very, very strong operator right now. Block is per my S tier. Like hard destruction, soft destruction, vertical play, amazing weapon. Literally good for every single bomb site. Up, down, down, up. Now that nades are no longer like super playable, he also has flashbangs. So like flashes are technically higher value factor than nades in most scenarios. He can play Gun 6 and flashes or Gun 6 and Heartbreach gadget. Capital, again, very situational operator. Catwalk rafters, the fire instantly wins you the round. People stuck in corners like Organ Basement instantly gives you a massive way into the round. If people are running around, if they're roaming, if they're playing a dynamic bomb site, like let's say they're playing Gym Bedroom on on Clubhouse, Capital gets little to no value in most use cases. Castle, probably a balanced operator. Good for some sites, bad for others. Has a zoom scope, right? Castle has ACOG, which is Hockey Wockies. It takes up a lot of screen space. Alright, legit guns. Let me draw this for you. If there is a holoscope, and imagine this screen is the same size, and an ACOG takes up this much space, this is better. You know why? Because the only thing that matters is the center of your screen. So yeah, you have more screen space by playing the holo, but the screen space doesn't win you rounds. It doesn't do shit for you. Caveira's utter garbage. It's been like that for a very long time, pretty much since she was released. She doesn't have a place in competitive, and she doesn't have a place in casual or ranked. She's a bit of a meme operator. Maybe with very specific maps coming out, maybe Caveira could be valuable. But again, you might as well play Pulse. You can play Vigil to do the same thing, roam around, verticality, etc. Clash, I'm gonna put Clash in above average. I think Clash is a massive sleeper operator. In ranked, she's never played in casual, never played in Pro League, and the few times she has played, normally nothing fucking happens and she's fucking useless. However, I'm a very firm believer that Clash is one of the hardest operators in the game to play against. Nades cannot be cooked anymore. No one is playing Sophia. If you hide the Clash in prep phase, on average, the enemy has no counters. They'll have 9 flashbangs, Heartbreach Gadget, and secondary MP. Doc is above average now. Oh, so this for ranked he's above average. For pro play, he's like down here. He has a good gun, and you know, but that's really it. Because like if we argue for pro play as well, good gun, stimmies, but again, his gadget doesn't really bring any utility, and that's pretty much how the game works right now. It's about utility. Doga beats S tier. Secondary MPs or flashbangs, freaking gun 6 DMR, global gadget, you can hack cameras that count as Valkyrie, Maestro, Echo, Default, etc. Valkyrie is like Brava on crack cocaine and steroids at the same time. And she requires 0 brain to actually use. You just click middle mouse button like Lion. So, very, very strong. Echo, oh, boys. Echo might actually be utter garbage. He doesn't have a zoom scope anymore. He used to have, also he has a shield, which is garbage these days. Like for the current meta, it's like never played. He doesn't have a zoom scope. His drones are no longer invisible. The drones are super loud. They don't stick to half the fucking ceilings anymore. You don't play on plant deny these days, besides like 2 bomb sites. Yeah, he doesn't have an ACOG. I'm very sure he only has a holo. So Ella's in the same boat. Ella's weapon is too bad, like genuinely. I don't think Siege does a bad job when it comes to weapon balance, but Ella's Scorpion is practically unplayable, and the shotgun is so limited in what bombs that you can play it on. The gadget is just so bad compared to Fenrir. It's arguably weaker than Melusi in a lot of situations. So yeah, I feel like Ella has just received nerf after nerf after nerf, and then there's been new operators coming out that does the same job but better. Fenrir is S tier. If Fenrir is not banned, you play him. And it doesn't matter what bomb set you play. Genuinely, it does not matter. This is one of the strongest defenders in the entire game's existence. Same with Asami. He's open, you pick him. I personally think the easiest way to nerf Fenrir right now without touching the gadget, because the gadget's a big issue as well, remove the secondary shotgun. Double barbed wire bulletproof, and he has 5 FNAP mines with 3 of them activated at once. He has everything. He has a solution for almost every problem in the game besides planting. Finka, I actually don't know. Finka could be above average, and like LMG got buffed, ACOG scope, reviving, global healing, flash effect. I think that still works. I need to research that because Finka's been changed so many times in the history of the game. I think it's fairer if we put her unbalanced, and then we need to like see what happens with her throughout the season. Flores is situational. It's one of those like for heavy util, chalet bar attack, double shield blue mezzanine, bank basement, utility clear, whatever. Like Flores is good, but unless their terror drones can get some value, it's not very strong. Flores is good for utility, but outside of that, kind of limited operator. I think okay. On some bomb sites, Frost is like S tier and above average, but she falls on the balance category because there are so many bomb sites where she's bad. She has an ACOG on her primary weapon. She has a shield. She has frost mats. Frost mats got nerfed, of course. You can now revive yourself in them. Fuse is utter garbage. Always been that way. There is maybe 2 bomb sites in the world of Siege where you can play this. It's Basement Chalet to break the floor and fireplace, but you might as well just play Ram at this point because Ram is in the game now. And it's Clubhouse Office into Kitchen where you can do all the work control. Glass is situational. No, I think Glass is also slept on. I think if you ban Warden and you play Glass, you can do some crazy fucking shit. Glass is only for like rush strats, smoke strats, Maverick Glass on a wall. I think Glass's highest pick rate map is Border. There's a couple different rushes you can do there, and Border's like a very open map. Goyo is above average for sure. He's got ACOG now on Vector, so that's fucking crazy. He's got the Goyo Vulcan canisters to deny, to slow down. Also, the Goyo Fire now counters shields. It makes them open up their arms, so Goyo hard counters Monty. Then we got Gridlock. I think Gridlock is, I'm not sure it's fair to put her above average. Played all that much, even at SI, right? I don't see Gridlock on the chart. Well, she certainly isn't played very often. I think she's pretty strong though. I think people hate her because she's a 1-speed. You get like EMPs, you get secondary shotgun. I think her primary is fucking crazy. Her gadget kind of falls short though. To be fair, her gadget kind of falls short. She's only really played if like Nomad's banned or you want the EMPs, I guess. I don't think she's all that bad, but I do think that her gadget has yet to find her full potential, etc. Grim is up there, boys. Grim is really up there. I don't know if I would go as crazy as Pig if you can, but me, he's playable on so many bomb sites. Heartbreach, secondary pistol, shotgun, one of the strongest guns on attack that got nerfed recently. That's how good it was in the commando. Grim is really fucking good. Same with Hibana, above average. I kind of want to put both Ace and Hibana in Pig if you can. But again, you shouldn't pick Hibana every time you can. That's kind of shorting. It's bomb set dependent sadly for Heartbreachers. Hibana most solid Heartbreachers still? No, Hibana is really bad for walls, but good for hatches. Her weapon is kind of mediocre, and she's very time inefficient. I would say Ace and Hibana are tied for first place, depending on the bomb site. And then Thermite is like your more situational and smokes. Ayana, I actually don't know. Is Ayana good these days? I don't see her ever played. Not in ranked, not in competitive, not in scrims. Like, Ayana just exists, but like, not really. I feel like she's in some of these categories here. She can't be lower than average. Her gun is still crazy. ARX is still fucking crazy. There's no way. It's just that her gadget doesn't do shit. Yeah, Lost in Nades has gone. Yeah. Gemini Clone technically isn't a bad gadget. It's just not useful gadget. We'll keep her here for now, unbalanced. I feel like it's such a crime to put her in lower than average. It's such a crime. IQ situational, only good against Valkyrie or Pulse Chase or Kite Claw or to scout bomb site potential or combining her with Thatcher, but that's a very big commitment with 2 operators. A very big commitment. I feel like if you gave IQ secondary EMPs, she would actually be like above average because you could scan something, EMP it. Jacko's balanced. If you want to play for ranked, he's probably above average. In ranked, he's above average. In pro play, he's balanced. He's one of those really good guns, secondary shotgun, scanning for roamers, isolate targets, entire team sees it, I would say. Because again, he doesn't have utility. He has a good gun, good at chasing down roamers, good at applying mental pressure, smoke grenade, secondary shotgun, but no utility. The second you roam clear, or if the enemies are turtling, Jackal is a troll pick. Jaeger's utter garbage. I actually think it's that simple. I was like, maybe he's lower than average, but I actually think it's utter garbage. Wamai has ACOG, a better gadget with more charges. It's throwable, it's repositionable, it charges throughout the round, impacts. Like, it's not a fair comparison. What they should do here, they should give Jaeger the ACOG scope and Wamai the holo. Jaeger has a worse gadget, he has a zoom scope. Wamai has impact grenades. Right now, Wamai has everything, and Jaeger has literally nothing. It's not a fair comparison, and they're fighting for the same spot in the roster. Kite situational. Is it situational though? Kite is amazing with Thatcher ban, but they have to play Maverick. You can play Tuberu Kite with Thatcher ban, and life becomes fucking disaster. It could also be balanced. It could also be here. Because the thing is, would you play Tuberau without Bandit Kaid? Probably not. Would you play Kaid with Thatcher open? Only for EMP economy. If Thatcher is banned, above average. Does that make him balanced? I don't think he's a balanced operator at all. I think he's fucking bullshit, actually. Maybe he's here. He's too strong to be balanced, because he's not really balanced. I think he goes A tier. The claws are fucking OP. Yeah, they kind of are OP. I agree. Kali is lower than average. Funny enough, Kali is not utter garbage. She counters Mira, she counters Mute, she has a really good secondary weapon. Her primary is interesting, but she counters Mira, she counters Mute, and she denies castles, deployable shields, self-destruction, etc. Kali was low-key slept on in the past before secondary EMPs, when it was just Thatcher and her that could clear shit. But now you have secondary MPs that are way safer on, and you have like primary gadget as well and stuff. Oh my, above average. You don't want to pick him every single round simply because you don't need to have people. So he was good against nades, but nades aren't a thing anymore. And when you play flashbangs, every operator gets 3 flashbangs. 2 flashbang operators count as OMI and more. And when OMI catches a flashbang, you still get flashed. So OMI is an AT operator. ACOG can protect things, good weapon, impact grenades, etc. But you don't pick him every single round. You need to have a purpose for him, essentially. Capcan, this is a funny one. Capcan is really awkward because Capcan can literally ace in a single round with Capcan traps, but you can also get literally 0 value out of the Capcan traps. In the grand scheme of a round, on average, Capcan doesn't get a lot of value. I think he's like, okay, enemies rushing, they're very careless, they have bad droning, we play Capcan, and surely we'll hit 1 or 2 Capcan traps. Even then, right? Maybe 1 or 2 goes off in a single round or over the course of the entire game, and it's just not that great. His gun is actually not that great. I don't think he has a zoom scope, but I actually don't know. I haven't played Capcan this season. Does anybody know? Does he have a zoom scope? No zoom scope. C4. Okay, he's lower than average then. He's definitely lower than average. Legion's above average. Shotgun, impacts, good gun. Very flexible operator. Good value in general. Not S tier because again, the current meta of Siege, the goo mines only give you value on window jump-ins. And window jump-ins, again, skyscraper, chalet, some bank bomb sites, you get a decent amount of value. Lion, oh shit, that's Maverick. Lion? I honestly think Lion is lower than average. The gadget technically doesn't do anything. I think it feels more impactful than it actually is. And it's only really truly great when you're rushing things because like you lock down the roamers or you know if they're coming forward. You lock down the people inside or you know that they're running away. I personally don't think he's all that great. He's played in Pro League, he is, but I think he's overvalued in Pro League. So honestly, I'm gonna put Lion lower than average. That could be a lukewarm take, maybe. Maestro. Now this is where I have a take. I think Maestro goes up here. Maestro has 3 evil eyes. Not 2, not 1, he got 3. Secondary shotgun pistol. Only LMG on defense, basically. Impact grenades. This guy is fucking crazy. The only counterplay is Brava and low-key Dokkaebi. But it's like, nades aren't played. Gun 6 is 1 soft breach. You can't destroy his fucking gadget. Genuinely. For competitive. For ranked, it requires too many brain cells to play. Like, the entire team needs to kind of play around it. So I guess that makes him above average, huh? If we need to account for ranked players. Yeah, if the enemy plays Brava, you're kind of fucked. But I mean, Dokkaebi's ban rate is so high and almost no one plays Brava. So like, you know, Maverick is here. Maverick is only playable when Thatcher is banned, an enemy has Kaid, or you know for a fact they're playing Tuberu Bandit, Tuberu Kaid, or Tuberu Mute. Well, Mute wouldn't matter a lot, but yeah. Kinda ass. He is dependent on so many factors out of his control to just be playable. Because it's not like you force the situation. All these operators, it's about what you want to do. With Maverick, it's about what the enemy is doing. It's a reactive operator. Melusi is lower than average, maybe utter garbage, but probably not. If Fenrir is banned, Melusi becomes a pretty good operator. Like, she becomes an okay op. She has ACOG. Does that make her balanced? If Fenrir is banned, Melusi might be a balanced operator. But then again, Doc is balanced. Then Melusi has to be balanced. Unless we do this. Unless we yoink down Doc, we cannot put Melusi in C. And for rank, she's probably decent as well. She's more of a comp play issue, I think. The gadget is just too unreliable. Does that make Rook... Oh, so this is my point. Doc is better than Rook by far. Does that make Rook utter garbage? Or does it make Rook tied on C? It might just make him utter garbage. When would you play Rook? Think about it. When would you ever play Rook? Rook counters nades below, but that doesn't exist anymore. Rook counters... nades below. Like old Consulate yellow stairs. Yeah, but new Consulate doesn't have that, you know? You're right. I do. So there is the point here. If you play Rook and Doc together, they both become stronger. Because the revive guarantees... Like when you have Rook Armor, you always get injured before you die. And you can now self-revive with Rook Armor. Mira? Okay. Mira's playable on what? Cafe? She's like, every bomb set basement, she's actually pretty good. She's playable on maybe some pocket stress on border. She's playable on Chalet, on some pocket strats as well. Not like meta necessarily. She's playable on Bank. She's gotta be balanced. I was gonna put her in C, but there's no way. Villa's not in Pro League, but yeah, she's strong on Villa. I wouldn't put her situational. You can play Mira. The only thing that determines her situational is like bomb side. But I do think that you can play her on every side in theory. Like, is there really a side where playing Mira is a bad idea? Like in the game, period. You can always play her on the roam or on side. She's always good, but sometimes she's great. Monty. If you're a good Monty player and you're a good Monty team, you can play Monty every single round in the game. Genuinely. In my opinion, a little bit weaker now with the rework. Some people think he's stronger. I think he's weaker. Still think he's strong, but his pressure is harder to play Monty well now because you can't hipfire anymore. But the melee, you're less exposed. So Monty's a bit of an awkward operator right now to play. Most people don't know how to play Monty though, that's the problem. So people think he sucks. Now, if you think the new shield rework is broken, like a lot of people say they're overpowered now, but it's a nerf in my opinion. So we'll put him A. I do think though, if you're a good Monty player, it's fucking S tier. Like if I was in Pro League right now, I'd play Monty every fucking round. I don't care. Like it would actually be insane value if you're a really good Monty player to play Monty. Mossy is auto garbage. He has no zoom scopes anymore. His gadget's fucking dog shit. His weapons are mediocre at best. Roni doesn't have a zoom anymore. So it had an ACOG and test server, then it got removed. Commander doesn't have a zoom scope. Mossy's in the shits. Mossy is in the shitter. I mean, maybe he's C, but honestly, I would be surprised if he is not auto garbage. Mute's balanced. Overall, just like really stable, consistent operator. 4 mute jammers, bulletproof for C4, you know, SMG11 shotgun combination. Great for anchor play, great for baiting out EMPs, great for forcing out like thermites, etc. Mute is just a great, one of the most well-balanced operators in the game on the stronger side. Just like with Slitch, with SMG11 and nades. Very well-balanced operator on the stronger side. Nuke situational only works in like fucking basement garage or chalet or some shit where like you're sneaking around. Very high risk versus reward kind of operator where like if you get the gap and you find the opening, you can really make a play. But there are so few maps where Nuke is actually allowed to use that gadget. So Nuke's presence is just... I would almost put her auto garbage or lower than average, but she does have a place in the game. It's just really rare in the current meta. Then you got Nomad. I generally think Nomad is auto garbage, but no one's gonna agree with that probably. There is almost no air jabs in the entire game that actually work. It's such a bait. You cannot air jab a staircase. You can always get shot. You can only really air jab window jump outs. And you still can shoot people mid-air before you hit the ground. So Nomad only really works on specific doors for retake, which is normally like plant and they gotta push you or you cover the plant. Like that's kind of strong, but you gotta roam clear and you gotta take side control. You gotta have verticality. You gotta watch the flanks and then you gotta air jab. Like there are some doors above like the slit, some map design, like the cafe has it for example, where the air jabs are like strong against guns. But if you prone and jiggle prone, you can shoot them. If you have impacts, you can get rid of them. So there are so many counters to Nomad. I think I'll put her below average. I'm not gonna put her balanced. There's no, I refuse to. I genuinely refuse to put her balanced. Balanced, because he's kind of busted. But he's also kind of not above average, because he's also not that good. He's kind of situational. Isn't that what he is? He's kind of situational. Like in the right situations, that's just great. Without those situations, that's just kind of useless. Isn't that literally what situational means? I think that's a fair compromise. How is Scrim S and Thatcher is not S? Well, you have secondary EMPs, you have verticality, you have soft destruction, you have Maverick. That all nullifies Thatcher's value. Thatcher's entire primary gadget is the same as Grim's secondary gadget of EMPs. Plus Grim has a secondary shotgun, plus he has a better weapon, plus he has an insane gadget. Grim basically is Thatcher combined with Lion, combined with like a secondary shotgun operator, combined one of the best guns on attack in the game. Grim is fucking crazy. Or you get Harpage canister, right? Or whatever. Alright, Pulse, situational, Tubero. Tubero is on, but he's kind of good. He's annoying. He is annoying. But you only play him with like Kaid Bandit. And you only play him to deny walls. You combo him. So he doesn't stand alone. So he's situational. Deimos. New operator, boys. What do you think? It's like Jackal but worse. But it's also like, kind of like Jackal but better in the same way, or at the same time. Mid, balanced, trash, mid. Deimos in some situations is S tier. Let's say you're 2v2, let's say you're 2v1 on attack. You Deimos scan the last defender, you're fucking laughing. It's stronger than Jackal by far. Let's say you're 1v2. Not that good. I mean, B and C is the safe categories, right? I don't think he's above average. I think he's situational in some ways, but not to a point where he is. It's awkward because only he sees the ping. Let's say they're roaming, you know it's a lesion, you scan the lesion, he's on side. Okay, they're not roaming anymore. You know that. I don't think he's situational. I think he's lower than average. I think so. He was kind of shit to put a new operator there, but Jackal's better in some scenarios. Let's say that let's say there's a guy playing Chalet Master Bedroom defense. He's playing off his half wall after you open up the wall. Yeah, Deimos can scan him, go below and dining and floor bang him. So can Buck, so can Ash, so can Sophia, so can LMG, so can DMR, so can a drone, like red ping him. Like there are so many things that other things can achieve for the same result. You'd rather ban Jackal over Deimos? I mean, I feel that. I do feel that in a lot of ways. I'm not gonna lie to you. Macy thinks he's garbage and Pog thinks he's amazing. No, I saw that Twitter discussion actually. He's like a C+. He's like here. He's a C+, but he's definitely not a B. Although B means balanced. Technically he's balanced. He's not imbalanced. But B is also a higher category factor. Primary gun isn't that great. Pistol is kind of crazy, but kind of shit because 6 bullets. Yeah, soft destruction. Yeah, zoom scopes. But unless you're a good pistol player, it's kind of shit. I think it's shit. I hate pistols. We're putting him in C. For now. We'll revisit this list at the end of the season and see if our thoughts have changed. That's what we're gonna do. Ram is situational. Only good for vertical destruction. So Nighthaven Lab, cold bomb site. Chalet Basement, that's a bomb site. Oregon tertiary bomb site of kitchen, for example. Stuff like that. Border, Telos attack, ventilation attack. Recruit, we're not gonna vote. That comes out next season, I believe. Sense is utter garbage. I think smoke grenades are genuinely better than Sense's gadget because they can get impacted or see forward or destroyed with soft destruction. And the weapon is ass and the operator is slow. But did they change it? I feel like Sense is a 1 speed, but then for some reason I think she's a 3 speed that got changed, but I think she's a 1 speed. Yeah, it's a 3 speed or 3 armor. That's what I meant to say. So it did get changed, right? Because my memory was that Sense was a slow operator when they came out, but then it changed. That was my memory, but I believe this because why would the wiki be wrong? Well, then again, the wiki's wrong, I guess. Sledge is balanced. Is Sledge balanced? Where's Buck? Buck is, yeah. Sledge can be A, Sledge can be B. Sledge is probably B. Sledge is probably a balanced operator right now. Sledge is like C+ as well. Like Sledge is kind of shit. Sledge is only good against Castle. Genuinely, only good against Castle. Buck is always better. You can see forward easier. You can't do it from a distance. You don't have SMG 11. Nades fucking suck. Although he does have EMP. Oh, yes, EMPs and flashbangs. He does have other shit to use. He's gotta be up here. Smoke. Where is Smoke these days? Solus is S tier, by the way. Fuck this up. This operator needs to fucking get deleted. Basically, TLDR, Solus. If they have Solus and you're droning on prep phase, you should go on TikTok and watch videos for 45 seconds. Because if you drone the building, your drone will die. And you will be punished for playing the game. It feels so fucking terrible. So when that nerf comes, yes. But for now, yikes. Smoke is kind of ass these days. He's still balanced. There's no way. He's not less. He's not down. He's not fucking down here, but he's also not up here. I think FMG Smoke could make a return when you play the I don't know if the FMG has a zoom scope, but I don't think it does. If it has a zoom scope, I could see an FMG return, but I don't think it would have a zoom scope. That'd be kind of wild. Tashanga's kind of utter garbage. Although with the new trajectory system in the game, there is a world in which this guy will not be trash anymore. Thermite's also Thermite's balanced. Thorn lower than average. Thunderbird rather, utter garbage. Ying S tier again. Can opener, hot-pitch gadget, insane site utility, great LMG gun, great entry. Is Thorn balanced? Is she better than a Rooney and Alibi and Capkin and Doc? I don't think so. I don't think so. She doesn't have a zoom scope anymore. but she used to. She's C. She's C. What? Ying S tier, Thorn here. Twitch, Valkyrie. Valkyrie's above average. Valkyrie might be S tier. S tier. S tier. S tier. S tier. S tier. I think it's BA. BA. If Maestro is A, why is Valkyrie S? Because of Brava. Is Brava the only? Okay. Why is guys? Why is Valkyrie S if Maestro is A? Is it just the Brava? Nitro Cell? Well, Maestro has impact grenades. That's pretty fucking good. I feel like they're in the same area though. Valchem is hard to counter. I actually disagree. I actually think that you're wrong. I think Valchems are easier to counter but harder to find. Maestro Chems are harder to counter but easier to find. I think that's how it goes. But and like you think to yourself, Valchems are more versatile. Well, not really, because Valchems have to be in positions that can see a lot. Same with Evil Eyes. So are they both A or are they both S? Think about it, because you guys were hating when I put Maestro in S tier. You guys were hating on me, but now you want Valkyrie in S tier, who doesn't have a shotgun, who has a worse weapon arguably, who has an even gadget, different gadget, even gadget. C4 versus impact, you know. So I feel like if anything, it's S tier Maestro, A tier Valkyrie. But I will happily compromise on both being A. Well, she's not getting S unless Maestro's getting S. I will not give you guys that. I will happily say they're both A, but in my mind, this is like A+. You know? Vigil, Autogar. I think there is some use cases here. He might be garbage. He might. He counters Lion, Deimos, and Grim. He counters all three. I think he counters Grim too. He doesn't have a zoom scope, but he has impacts. I think he's B. He's not B, boys. He's either C or he's utter garbage. There is no B. B is not a discussion, guys. It is C or it's utter garbage. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna put Vigil in C because let's say you're in the basement of a bomb site and you activate your gadget. They might think you're roaming. It is a little bit annoying and you can't Deimos track him. So you have to play Jackal. I'm gonna give him C for now. But let me be clear. He is one step away from utter garbage. Like he lives in the attic of utter garbage. And their floor is almost about to break below him. Or the ceiling, technically. Warden, above average. Can't get flashed. Shield C4. Good gun. Like, okay gun. Flashbangs are very strong right now. Like, if you play Oregon Basement, you better fucking have a Warden. If you're playing fucking any suicide position, you better have a fucking Warden. Because enemy has 9 flashbangs every fucking round. Can also be here. Let's look at the... Okay, so what's an A? Goyo, Kaid, Wamai, Legion, Maestro, Valkyrie. I don't hate Warden in A. I don't hate it. Especially if Ying is open. Especially if the enemy starts playing glass. Especially if the blitz. Like, there are so many use cases where Warden just gets direct value. It's not like you play Warden over Fenrir. It's like you play Warden in the lineup. Because you have the freedom to. Very, very, very often. We're gonna leave him A. Zero. Oh, Zero is really strong, but no one plays him. Balanced? SI had like no Zero, right? I don't even think he's on the list. No, he's not. He's not even on the list. No one plays him, but he's not bad. But Intel isn't the meta. Intel just isn't the meta. Is he garbage? He's not garbage. No, he's not garbage. You can sap shit. You have insane Intel. You actually have a good gun. Got MP7 ACOG now. He's not even situational, because like you can play him on every side pretty much. But I feel like to be a good Zero player, you have to be a Zero player. Kind of like with Ying, like you gotta know how to play Ying, you gotta know how to play Zero. Like Intel like that is not like you don't have time to just sit on cams all around on attack in the current meta. You just don't have time for it. Same on defense. Right? You don't have time to just sit on cams. You're not safe ever. Sophia would be the same as Ashe, except Ashe counters Mira. That's as simple as that is. Ashe counters Mira, she gets a higher value factor. Sophia doesn't counter. She counters Clash. Who, yes, Clash is an A because I think she's fucking fantastic in the game, but no one fucking plays her. And she doesn't hard counter Clash, she soft counters Clash. Sophia has stuns. Sophia's stuns are useless. Like, there are so few use cases where it's actually viable, or like beneficial rather. I think that's it, boys. That's the list. We're not gonna do the 5 recruits. And if you look at the spread, it is almost dead even across every category. We have a full line and at least one operator at every single line, and a full line and 3 operators at most, which is the balance category. How crazy is that? It's a very even spread. Very even spread. That's not a good thing. It technically is a good thing. I mean, okay, this many other garbage operators is a bad thing. But if you evenly spread these across the other categories, it'd be fine. If you guys want to see for reference...